Welcome back to our training tape series. Hopefully the previous training tape stimulated conversation with your crew and fellow officials. As a reminder, these plays are not meant to pick on or embarrass an official or crew. These tapes are meant as a learning opportunity, and I hope they provide some valuable input. With that, let's look at some plays. On this first play, we're going to have a running play to the left that reverses field back to the line judge side. Good coverage by the crew. Umpire, make sure we work backside a little bit. Line judge, good job of keeping up with the play. Back judge as well. Back judges will want to stay towards the middle of the field a little bit more, but overall really good coverage. And just make sure we stay safe at the end, but good coverage as a crew. On this next play, take a look at the safety in the bottom part of the screen. He's going to come in with his head down and make contact with the running back. Our off officials need to see these players as they come into the pile and be able to rule on the contact. These are players that have a brick in hand, so to speak, and we want to be able to rule on this contact and whether it's legal. A spearing call certainly would have been supported, and in most cases we're protecting the player that's making the hit in addition to the player that's being hit. So in this case, I think we would have supported a spearing call had it been made, and at a minimum we should be talking to this player or other players that make similar plays and tell them to get their head up or to see what they hit, those sort of things, so we can avoid future hits like this occurring in the game. Let's talk mechanics on this play. We're going to have a pass play that ends up as a running play by the quarterback, and the line judge goes downfield and doesn't see the resulting contact on the quarterback. It's not a foul in this case, but if we were to have a personal foul in nature, we wouldn't have a real good look at it, especially as it relates to on the sideline or in the field of play. Sometimes the referee's not going to make it there in time, so we just need to really play the odds as short wings. Let's not float downfield as much. Let's stay within a 3 to 5 yard belt of the line of scrimmage, and then once the pass is released, we can go downfield. Most plays at the high school level are within 10 to 15 yards of the line of scrimmage, so we just want to play the odds and stay near the line of scrimmage and help out, especially on these types of plays. But ultimately, we should pregame with our crew how we're going to cover running plays or pass plays that end up as running plays. Onside kicks have a lot of factors that we need to be aware of. The first factor is we're going to officiate the kicker's line as a plane. So we're going to be a little bit more picky when it comes to encroachment by the kicking team. Secondly, we'll need to look for that illegal touching or illegal blocks by the kicking team, and then blocking below the waist. There's all sorts of factors that come into play. And then the final factor is the clock and what's the status of the clock. So in this play, we'll just need to make sure that we wind the clock if it's legally touched, beanbag if it's illegally touched, and then do as this official does here and give a strong stop the clock signal and award the proper team the ball. So just make sure our clock is where it needs to be. Pretty good coverage by this crew. Let's talk philosophy and mechanics on this kickoff. The return man is going to secure the ball at or near the goal line on this play. And from a philosophy and rule standpoint, we'll want to make this a touchback. Nothing good happens from letting this play continue. We could have penalties, turnovers, or injuries. And we just want to make this play a touchback. And the best way to do that is for referees, we want to stay on the goal line. That will give us a good view of where the ball is in relation to that goal line, and it will give us good depth so that we can see the whole play and give it an accurate ruling. So from a philosophy standpoint and rule standpoint, let's just make this play a touchback and live to see another down. The Prep Bowls had a bunch of tough plays, and this is one of the toughest. You'll see the quarterback get hit as he throws, the ball comes loose, they're playing it as a fumble. Good coverage and mechanics by the line judge with 2 swipes and a point, so really good mechanics there. Referees will want to be in good position to see this play start, develop, and finish. Take a look at the elbow as a hinge. If the hand is coming forward without the ball, we can rule fumble, and if it's still in the hand as it's moving forward, we'll want to rule incomplete. Take a look at this diagram. The elbow is the hinge in the middle. If the football is in the green area, we can rule a fumble in most cases. Yellow, a little bit more gray, and if it gets to the red, we'll want to go incomplete. That kind of simplifies things. Every play is a little bit different, but hopefully that will give you a guideline on what to look for when we rule on these types of plays. But ultimately, if we're in really good position as referees, use our indicators, take a look at the elbow as a hinge, and then move your way up to the hand. We'll get these plays right more than we get them wrong. But they are really tough regardless. On the ensuing play, we have a false start by the offense. However, the crew uses excellent mechanics and communication to make sure that we have a timeout versus a full start penalty. So really nice job by the crew. And then we have a really nice announcement by the referee to explain this.
There's no flag on the play. Team timeout. East Ridge. Shouldn't have doubted.
During the timeout, the coach of the previous offensive team wants to discuss that pass fumble play, and the referee and head linesman do an excellent job of moving the coach to the sideline so they can have a civil discussion. We don't want to have these discussions in the field of play, so excellent job by the referee and head linesman on this play and in this situation. This is exactly how we want to handle this. Move them to the sideline, that way they can have their say, and then you can move back to officiating. So great job by the crew. So as you can tell from this tape, we had several tough plays that our officials had to rule on. Hopefully this tape fosters a discussion with your crew on how you would handle these situations if they came up in your game. And that's the point of these tapes. So hopefully we have those discussions as crews. We're almost to the halfway point, which is hard to believe. So keep working hard, stay healthy, have fun, remember to smile as I've said, and we'll talk to you next week.